December 20th, 24. I told you in the last couple of videos how stupid these people are. Yesterday I heard people mumbling. They're getting ready to file the paper. No, they're not. When you realize how stupid they are. Now, it's like Andrew Darabic up there. In Portage County, the drug cartel runs scams on people. He's in jail 12 years federal prison for sextortion. Sextortion is taking naked pictures of people without their permission and try to extort money out of them. Okay? Photoshopped or not. It's called sextortion, cyber stalking, setting off a hate crime. He had 7 victims and he's in jail 12 years federal prison. That's what these people did. Okay? You know, their whole scenario, yesterday it reminded me of this one funny TV show. I was watching this guy seen an accident. He walked up to a police officer. He said, I think I got whiplash watching that accident. The officer looked at him and said, get out of my face before I arrest you for being stupid. Okay? You don't get a personal injury from just seeing something. There was no harm done to you. And I thought of that and I started chuckling. It's like these people in their scenario. It's lunacy. It's absurd. They think that they can cyberstalk somebody on their own. Photoshop a shower scene. Laugh in the victim's face that they did it. Okay? And we get money because we photoshopped washing in the other room. We're offended. There's no actual personal injury to your body. You don't get money for being offended. The person, if something horrible actually like that would have happened, they get a fine, maybe a little jail time for being lewd. Because you got to think, even in this scenario, you ever watch those football games and sometimes some weirdo takes off their clothes and streaks across the football field? People are laughing, cheering, whistling. Can you sue that person for a personal injury? You didn't get harmed. You got offended, but you didn't get harmed. It's just like when that dog bit me. It bit me all over my stomach. I actually have a personal injury. But my boyfriend was in the car screaming, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like a little girl. I was so mad at him for a while. Can he sue for a personal injury because he's seen it? No. He didn't get hurt. There was no bodily harm. You can't get money when there's no bodily harm. It's like that officer telling that show, telling that guy, get on my face before I arrest you for being stupid. You don't get bodily injuries from just seeing something. There's no personal injury. There is no personal injury. See, their scenario of them saying, oh, we photoshopped a shower scene to make her look weird. She's got charges and we got to warn her all her informant money because we were offended. You don't get money for being offended. There's no personal injury, dumbass. See, then you got to think. Do you realize how bad the Stark County courthouse would laugh at somebody? There's no personal injury. Where's the court case? The prosecuting attorney, the defense attorney, the judge that sat over it, want the court docs of everything that was said. The trial, where she's found guilty. The sentence, the charges that went down with it, the fine, or jail time. I want to see the same thing for where she was sued with the jurors that were in the jury trial. The judge that presided over it, the court docs from that. There's nothing. They made it up. See, you can never get money out of just seeing something bad. You didn't get personally hurt. There was no personal injury. Now, these people are claiming where I had bruises I couldn't explain, throwing up, dizzy, heart racing, and severely infected. They were having me drugged for fake confessions. Same for the doctor for all those injuries. Severe swollen personal infection, massive bruising, losing weight. They said they harmed me. They were drugging me for fake confession and beat raped me. Give me a name. I can sue them for a personal injury. I actually had them. Huh? They claim they harmed me. Give me their name. I can sue them. Please arrest them. But that's how lunacy they are. See, there's no court of anything against me. See, that's where a guy walked into Walmart 62 2 days ago. They said she had charges. Somebody else said it's just the drug cartel doing it. So we had someone call up to the courthouse. They said there's nothing against her. It's the drug cartel doing it. Now we're going to also have a talk. Some guy walked in with another guy. Said, I found out she taped her ex-husband, saying she had never caught him with anyone. Okay? She honestly didn't know about her till January or February of 19. He said yes. She didn't know anything about her till she showed up and announced herself. He said she told me that she was threatening her. And I told people I didn't care what happened to her. And she didn't even know about her. He said, and some guy bet that as cruel as he was to her and had all those people do stuff to her, that nobody else would want her. Found out she's getting remarried again. Okay? I knew Karen had it in her to find someone else. I told that guy to leave her alone. Okay? Now, I want you to think. Okay. I called the FBI hotline. Okay? The next day, they had drugged me out so bad I can't even hardly wake up. Phone's ringing, let it go to voicemail. Wake up later. Stagger to the refrigerator, stagger to the bathroom. I have to hold the wall. I'm so drugged up. I'm like, what is wrong with me again? Get back in bed. Listen to the voicemail. Now, because they're cyber stalking me, illegal monitoring, which is a felony invasion of privacy. They now have his number, so they keep me drugged up so they can get to him. Now, it's like a bad joke. A bad joke. In walks. I called the FBI hotline. People have, on attempts in my life, Perry police reports, witnesses of that church saying it's them. Okay? In walks my ex-husband, my husband at the time, with his drug addict 18-year-old girlfriend, and a cult leader, and 2 drug dealers from Ravenna. Confesses to a federal agent. Strange saying I ordered it. She was a faker. She was sick and thinking she got well 15 years ago. I ordered her to be killed. He didn't arrest him. For admitting he was trying to have somebody murdered for an pathetic excuse. Dave's like, I got an 18-year-old drug addict girlfriend. Ha! Brought 2 drug dealers from Ravenna. I hired on my own to drug her for fake confessions. We got fake sodium pentothal reports. Been drugging her up so bad. The guys have been beating, raping her. She don't know what's going on. She's so stoned out of her mind up there. He didn't arrest him. We got a Photoshop shower scene done by a drug dealer. Got date rape, amnesia, drug confession, and keeping her so stoned up she don't know what's going on. Okay? And he didn't arrest him for coming in with a moronic, stupid thing and confessing to a federal cop they were doing this to a victim. No, you know what he did? He went around telling the churches I called the FBI hotline. 3rd day, I make myself get up. got a hold of one of my witnesses. Said they witnessed for me. Put that agent's number from that card. Drop it down off the mall. Okay? Manager puts it in a locker. Okay? Go up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Beamer yells at Dave, "My God, I had an FBI agent in my office." He's not, he's right there. I walk off. "How dare you bring the FBI up here with threats on her life?" Women walk up. He knows she's being drug, beaten, raped. He said he didn't care. Where I thought that dirty well water or showering was giving me cancer. I have waking up with bruises all over me, throwing up, migraine headache, severe personal infection. I thought that dirty well water was killing me. I'd take a drink out of a Diet Coke in the room and go dizzy, wake up with more bruises. Kept going to the doctor. What on earth is wrong with me? Got all these marks. I don't know where they came from. Did you fall? No, maybe you're coming anemic. They give me muscle relaxers, iron pills. I have a migraine headache. My heart's racing. I've been throwing up. I'll get you some for headaches and some for nauseousness. The well water's dirty. I'm washing it. My personal area is so swollen I can't hardly pee. Okay. Here I'm being drug, beaten, raped. I'm blaming the dirty well water. Never seen or talked to anybody. You talk about scary movie shit of predators hurting someone in their home. Andrew Darabic had 7 victims up there. Was getting naked pictures of people without their permission. Trying to extort money, setting off hate crimes. He got arrested for cyber stalking and sextortion. 12 years federal. What do you think these people have done photoshopping that washing? They've got racketeering of drug confessions, beat, rape threats, time to extortion. They're federal crimes. And then a conspiracy to commit murder, an attempted murder. Fraud. Okay? So, I walk off at that church. Those women follow me. He knows she's being drug, beaten, raped. And he said he didn't care. Because the strangest pathetic lie to cover up Tim and Katie. My sister Linda, in 2001 or 2, went out one day, seeing her husband with Katie. She would follow him when he left. Well, in 2003, she came up to me at church. It was in November. I saw him again. I got caught. I think they thought it was you. I'm sorry. Be careful. Well, Strange took Danny by Sunday, pushed Danny to suicide, and made up that whole scenario. Oh, you're faking you're sick and faking you got well. When it was a medication error, medical malpractice. And he already knew that. Dave told him. He made it up to get rid of me real quick. It's a baby's maybe lie to cover up his son. Cheating on his wife. Okay? Those women coming in and sit behind me. He knows she's being drug, being raped, and he said he didn't care. If she was going to be faking she was sick and faking she got well that family was grieving, he didn't care what they did to her. And if she was going to be mean to their women, he was going to turn her over to him. Can you imagine an agent saying that? Okay? Dave comes in, let's go, and then goes on from there. Dave threatens my life, goes for a loaded gun, put my hand on the counts. I almost jumped out on the highway, ran from one came. Now, I want you to think about it. That guy said, that girl told me she threatened her. So I told him I didn't care what they did to her. Is that the agent over my case? Or is that just some drug dealer who didn't care? That's a good question. Because it's almost the same comment the guy said at Pamers. They didn't care what they did to me. Can you imagine an agent saying that? They already made a fool out of FBI agent John June 7th, 23. FBI agent John fell for the stunt on tape for a commando. That FBI agent actually fell for it? You're kidding. It was only a stunt. And going on laughing his name and title and cackling. Sheriffs have their confession. They fooled him. They had the confession. They put clips together, made it porn. Then what you're describing, showering, ha 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 ha. She figured out what they did. To Pete, ordered everything to be drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. That they drugged me and told me to say it. Framed me. It was a bunch of drug dealers doing it, running a drug scam. So stupid they run around laughing and bragging their crimes. Hmm? That's where these people even said they thought if they put a retired judge's name on it, they'd be above the law. Now, even think of that scenario, how stupid it is. Retired judges have no authority. Judges do not work cases. They oversee to make sure every law, every constitutional and civil right is not broke. They oversee the trial to make sure the attorneys do not abuse the witnesses, okay, and the testimony, and that the jury hears only things that are admissible, and then let the jury find them guilty or innocent, okay, and then only by what the law is required, what they can get in a sentence, okay? They oversee. Retired judges have no authority. So the scenario of a retired judge out drug beating, raping people is absurd. That's where March 20th, 24, they made up retired Judge Pete. They made up everything on her to get away with it. Okay, they admitted that in 18. They made up everything. They photoshopped all their lies. They drugged her and told her to say it before. What part didn't you understand? And where that agent on a recorded line admitted he talked to all the church people to Vegas. He knew they were conspiring to commit murder and laughing at me. Okay? Bullies me into false statements under threats of arrest, threats of leaving me there. He even tells me he don't blame them for trying to kill me. He was aiding and abetting murder on a recorded line. For someone told on me the night before, you liar. I tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. He calls me a liar. I said, well, you tried to kidnap me before. And before I can say Terry Coberly seen him, he's like, oh, come on now. I met with that family in my office and all those church people. I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick and faking you got well while that family was grieving. It's like, I really was sick, you liar. It's documented medical malpractice, medication errors. Okay? I said, I really was sick before. Was there a camera above that bench or not? I don't know. You say you're lying to arrest. It's like, fine, whatever. He let a serial killer go. I found out that guy had took my coworker Lori's family member, never got her back. Had those people laugh, they killed her. Okay? And dismembered her. Laughed in her face how they murdered her. They went on to take Marlisa's niece. Same guy that tried to kidnap me. Do I find you funny? Not even a little bit. Now, I want you to say you were faking you were sick before. I really was sick. Dear God, I had swelling from my feet to my brain. My legs are so swollen, they're popping out of place. My heart's going into mini heart attacks, thyroid, adrenal gland shut down. I had brain swelling and seizures, and their doctors are such crackpot. They're lying I had brain tumors, and they were causing all that. To say you're not sick at that point, you're almost dead. And it took another doctor to tell me it was the medication doing it. And to get off of it, those doctors were known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping off their insurance, and getting kickbacks from the drug companies. It's immoral and unethical what they're doing. You don't have brain tumors. You don't have this. You don't have that. It's all the medication doing it. Get off the medicine. You'll be fine. Dr. Leela agreed. He said the only thing that's wrong with you is your muscles locked up. I found out I have heart problems too. Okay? And they were causing everything. And over 9 months, I got well. I said I really was sick. Where that agent said, I want you to say you're faking you're sick. I said I really was sick before. He's like, you liar. I've met with that family in my office and all those church people. I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick and faking you got well while that family was grieving. He said, you need to realize what you've done, and I don't blame him for trying to kill you. He actually says that. I said I really was sick. You say it or I'll leave you there, but they'll kill me. So you say it or I'll leave you there. You hear me? And I'm begging him not to let him kill me. Say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, don't let him kill me. Ha, 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 ha. Why would the FBI help a person like you? Okay. I said, well, they're trying to kill me. So? They've tried to kill me. So? He's like, give me a real reason. And then the other agent yells out where they call the investigators, it's some old drug dealer from Ravenna. Okay? That's who it is. It's some old drug dealer from Ravenna. Some old drug dealer's name that I've never met that Dave hired on his own. Some old drug dealer's name. We could always use Pete's tape, but word with yourself. It's a shower scene in the other room. They made a public fool out of him June 7th, 23. He fell for it. Made a public fool out of him. Sold videos of it to people. Lighthouse Tabernacle made fun of him about Agent John falling for the stunner tapes before. Oh, come on now, that FBI agent actually fell for that? You're kidding. Come on now. You mean John actually fell for it? That FBI agent John actually fell for the stunner tapes before? Ha 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 ha. Eric, one of the drug dealers, confessed it was all him and not me done for a stunt for people to turn on me. November 18th, 22, to them putting clips together, made it a porn. Then what you're describing is showering. Ha 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 ha. She figured out what they did. Where he had bruises before, sick, throwing up, harassing, personally infected. They were actually drug beating, raping you. They drugged you and told you to say this, that. And I never seen her talk to anybody. Do you think I think it's funny that satanic people were playing with me like that and harming me? There's nothing funny about that. His job was to arrest them. Now, the only Pete I know is my brother in Medina. When he said that, I thought I hadn't seen him in years. What are you talking about? I don't even know who he is. I've never talked to him. He's talking about my rapist. He said something about Pete again. Now it's one of the black and blue marks where I took a drink out of a drink. The room went to see Black woke up hours later with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, severely infected, or woke up with injection marks of the same thing and giant bruises. Documented by Altman family physicians of all the signs of being drug beaten, raped, and nobody thought of a rapist. He's making fun of me for some rapist running a drug scam on me. Dave hired on his own. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I bet you're going to say you don't know anything about this doctor selling your information. For one thing, HIPAA violations, none of my doctors could even talk to him. It's 2 to 5 years for HIPAA violations, right to privacy. $250,000 fine, and I could sue that doctor for $1.5 million. I Googled it. Well, I had some lady use my insurance for 15 years, got stuck with all kinds of copays. We reported insurance fraud. I thought maybe it's one of her doctors. No, it's another drug dealer scamming people. That's it. There's no doctor. Like December 31st, 23, Altman Hospital, and announces them. They had some guy impersonate a doctor. Okay? And I said, what are you talking about? Stop. She don't know. Give me a real reason. Why tell him about my brother-in-law, Craig? He said, first of all, have you talked to any law enforcement about the threats on your life? I said, the only 2 officers I've ever talked to, I call them stupid or silly. August 8th of 18, I had a light in the security system. They come out and they tell me it looked like an alien orb, angry spirit. And I thought they were dehydrated. I offered them water. You're kidding. Right. I said, no, who talks like that? They told me to buy a dog and let a dog handle it. That's how they handle it in the country. They don't want bothered out here. Matter of fact, I've never even had my neighbors in my home. I've only had repair guys and installation guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Is that what's going on? He said, do you know if your your husband's cheating? I said, I don't know. I've never caught him with anyone. He started laughing. He told some other guy she's never caught him. What was that funny? I said, I think he's cheating. We had a $5,000-$6,000 worth of money disappear from the safe last year. Some lady cost me a job. I don't know. I've never caught him. And he's laughing at me. She's never caught him. Why is that funny? I had Dave confess December 8th or 9th of 18, and I taped in so the police and feds that I never caught him with anyone. And he even confesses. Okay. All right. Then he offers me to take me somewhere and leave me with no money. I have no money to start. So then he offers me if I agree to get information on Dave in the churches, he'd open an informant program. He said it comes with 5,000 a month. I'm opening an account. He said, would you be able to do that? I said, well, yeah. I thought, well, they're already breaking into people in the mall. Last a few weeks. This way, nobody else will get hurt. And I'll be set for life. I'll open an account with 5,000 a month. Okay. He said, do you know when you'll be able to come down and pick up the card? And I said, I don't know. And he said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, I'll be waiting here. He said, you'll have a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated, dated against you again, and only for you would we ever do this for. We'll always put it back as if it never happened. You can't be legally charged for anything again for working this case. You'll have that money to live on. Admit to no wrongdoing, and I'll take care of everything in the end. He said, but if you try to tell someone, I'll list you crazy and no one will help you. 14th Amendment. I told the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. He laughed till he cried. That agent can't do any of that. The only thing legal he did on that whole phone call was list your informant with money immunity. He cannot withhold your money. He cannot misdirect it. He cannot make up scenarios that he does not have the authority to even say. He can't even ask you to stay quiet. I said, well, you confessed you talked to everyone. He said, I don't care. He said, you can tell whoever you want, and he can't open his mouth to you. It takes a sitting judge, due to the freedom of speech, First Amendment, to put a gag order on you. He can't tell on you either. The police know this, and he cannot make up restrictions he don't even have the authority to say. 14th Amendment, you cannot withhold somebody's money. You cannot take it by due process of law. You have to be found guilty and sued for it. You cannot withhold protection either. He said, and due to the right to privacy, no one could be in your home before. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements, and they had to have a court order, or even that agent didn't go to jail. See, that's what the police told me too, and a criminal attorney. It's the right to privacy over the house. These people, what they did, where they said that they photoshopped a shower scene, is clicking and pasting. He said they laugh at you in front of people in stores. They probably did Photoshop it. He said, and where you had bruises you couldn't explain, throwing up, heart racing, and infected. And you had all the signs of being drugged, being raped. They probably were drugging you and telling you to say something stupid and being raping you. And those amnesia drugs, we all know they control you. You're sleepwalking. Okay? And everything's digital. They can put your head on somebody else's body, hair color, eye color, clothing, and they can put you showering anywhere. It's clicking and pasting. They can even take words out of sentences, other sentences, tape over, make you look like you say something you didn't, and it's just digital. It can Photoshop everything. Okay? It's a big fraud scheme, Karen. And they made the biggest mistake. They did it in your home. It's the right to privacy. That agent knew that. And he knows that he was only bullying you so they get away with this. He don't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. He's a higher police officer. Takes a judge, freedom of speech. It's a big fraud scheme, Karen. Police know they can't go along with anything but him listing you an informant with money and immunity. Get the money for working the case, risking your life to get the government information they owe you for the rest of your life. And as far as the FBI, they could never legally drop you. Department of Justice would put them in jail. These people actually try to kill you. They could wait and try to kill you again. You'll have to be in protective custody the rest of your life. He said the FBI can put you in another witness protection program, but they have to talk to you first. I said what that guy told on me before. And he admitted he told on me on a recorded line. He can't tell on you. He can't bully you in false statements. Please know they can't go along with any of that. He's only bullying you. And he cannot withhold or misdirect your money. I Googled it on the witness protection program money. They can only put money, immunity. Found out they can add living and housing expenses and a medical card. That's it. And like you said, no sitting judge is signing his own arrest warrant, taking your freedom of speech away outside a jury trial. The police know that. Hmm? That agent was only bullying you. He can't withhold or misdirect your money either. See, that's where I talked to a criminal attorney. He said the same thing. So the police, and so the prosecutor's office. Okay? He told me that his greatest fear was I fell through a legal crack. He said if something happened to that agent, he got fired, he quit, or harmed, they probably boxed up his desk and you're probably simply sitting on a shelf. Well, the case can never be closed. He said until the FBI puts you in another witness protection program. And then another case would have to start. He said the police are working it and they don't realize nobody's above you. He said, and it can't be closed. This is what's going on. Where after that agent admitted to telling on me, I called back down when I heard Dave saying they had a list. Okay, they all he's got a list. I'm working on it. Well, I called back down when I seen the guy tell the police to get a hold of it. We're busy. They're too busy and there's serial killers down the road. Huh? I was a little busy myself. They're getting ready for the gunshot night. Staking out the place. When I called back down there, they said he no longer worked for the FBI. Simply sitting on a shelf. And then the drug cartel impersonated the FBI. I'm simply sitting on a shelf. Get it? Well, the case cannot be closed till the FBI puts me in another witness protection program. The police are working the case, and the cartel starts impersonating the FBI. And the case can't be closed. Go down to the Starr County Courthouse Drug and Gang Unit. My case is probably sitting on a shelf. My money is probably still in that. If the sheriff, marshal, or whatever officer is assigned to me, or even a U.S. Marshal, my money's probably on that card. We all know he don't have the authority. I was out in Warren. Some guy was out talking to the doctor's office. Everybody feels bad. We all know Agent John didn't have the authority to ask her to stay quiet. He told all of us he was just bullying her. So that he could fool the drug dealers to get him. We found out he's not with the FBI anymore. Hasn't been for a long time. We all been listening to the drug cartel. Everybody feels bad. It's been the drug cartel doing it. Everybody turn them in. It's just a big fraud scheme. And the most ridiculous one there is. Now, those ladies in Bob Evans, as I go to leave on Sunday on the 15th, they're laughing. We heard Agent John actually got arrested over this. They start chuckling. Nobody's seen him for a long time. We don't need him anymore anyways. When that agent actually found out what we were doing, he had our money. Or they arrested him. We had special permission from the judges. No, you didn't, liar. To do all those things to her? No, you didn't, liar. We got a court order because she was weird with herself, ordering all her informant money to be brought to give to us. No, you don't, honey. It's fake. There's no prosecution, no jury trial, and you don't get money for being offended. And you've admitted you photoshopped it. It's all fake. Like they said in Walmart, it's the drug cartel doing it to her. She has no charges. But that lady confessed she was part of the people framing the judges. She thinks she got Agent John arrested, and she admits she fooled him. You didn't get that, bitch. I'm going to vote this.